Hello my loyal companions, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be another episode of Rogue Spectates, the series where I break down the CMG 10K Grand Finals that just happened the other week. I know I put one out yesterday, but you guys seem to be really enjoying this series, so I want to get the rest of the maps out as quickly as possible so we can move on to maybe some other content for you. This particular gameplay is going to be map number 4, Vice. If you haven't seen the other videos, make sure you go check them out on the channel as well. We've got maps 1 through 3 broken down so you understand exactly what these players are doing and why. If you do go on to enjoy the video or you just want to see daily, educational, Rogue Company content, make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the channel. But for now, let's get into it. Okay, so we're loading up into map number 4, which is going to be Vice. It's going to be an interesting map, I think, this one. There's a lot you can do on Vice. Obviously, we see Bot go for the Anvil, with Kestrel, with the CK, and with the Dahlia. Really standard comp. When you have the Anvil, you tend to have the Dahlia. We kind of went over this yesterday as well in the Skyfell video. But when we look at Public Enemies teams, a little bit more interesting. We have a Lancer coming out, which we haven't seen yet in this series, I don't think. But I think it's going to be quite a good pickup. Let's see exactly how they decided to do this. They also have the Seeker Kestrel and the Saint. I'm going to quickly just check my video settings, make sure I'm the highest quality for you guys. Let's do that again. Cool. So, dropping down here. I'm interested to see how Bot plays this. I've seen EXO play this quite a lot on Anvil, and he plays very aggressively into bathroom, so I want to see how Bot differs from that. Both Master Keyboards players, both good at Anvil, so we'll see exactly what they're able to do here. He gets absolutely beamed. Delaney gets absolutely beamed, pushing too far up B Street. They get their kill, then they smoke off, and they're just going to run. Honestly, like that's the sort of pick, like, you don't want to be taken there. He gets full killed. We'll see if they can do anything in this 3-4. They see him playing in the open. This is a potentially really free kill. Nice bounce head. We'll pick it up. And a good full kill coming up from Bot. Again, focusing that full kill there. They do go for the bomb. And now they're in this 3v3 sort of situation. But honestly, the pinch that they can perform here with one mid, one where Bop is, and one where I believe Gronky is right now on the left-hand side could be a really good little pinch for them. So we'll see if they are able to execute anything off that. You do run the risk of getting 3-man barrel down one side, but hopefully they have enough of each other's angles. So if Gronky, there you go. So Gronky does get an ult off and does try to push off that in some way, forcing people out of positions, but doesn't want to be too overzealous here, and they're just kind of playing a bit slow. Which I like this. They like if you make a good move, they can get a pick off, go for it. But if you don't, you got to be careful. You don't want to run the risk of putting your teammates in a 2v3 when you've got this 3v3 for such easily. Okay, they think they've actually gone through the entire full spawn. That's very interesting.
I don't know. I just heard footsteps mid.
They're playing for audio. With only like 12 seconds left on the clock, they're in a bit of trouble here. They just need to kill whoever they can. Saint had the bomb beforehand. They just have to start the bomb plant. At this point, you just start the bomb plant. It's so free for you to start the bomb plant. Ink does go down there to Bobster. Gronky does take down Corrupt as well. So now in the 3v1, nice and easy. Good little win there for them. Good to get the pick off of what happened to Delena, trading that pick, and it becomes a whole different game when you get that pick off. And that's one thing I will sort of mention. I've seen this a lot, not only in my own solo queue games, in other games I've spectated, when I did the antimatter tournament the weekend before. So I noticed reses. Reses are really, really important. And denying those reses is even more important. It's even more exponentially important. And that's what we see Bot did there. When the pick went down onto the Lancer, they made sure to play off that and get the full kill, and I like that. I like that a lot. So they're doing like a 1-0-3 split. It looks like Delena's going B Street there to keep no one mid. And I think the reason for this is because mid gets played for so often with smoke grenades that they can't really do much. So as long as Delena can play his part there and stay alive, he should be okay. He's playing off the audio right here. Could get a C4 up there, but doesn't want to waste it. The travel time of that C4, the arc that he has to get it, probably gives them enough time to run away. The only way he could do it is if he sinks it into the doorway and like the other side of the doorway, but that's a risky throw because he'll probably get shot for it. So gotta be careful.
Lancer was secret. Lancer just jumped over the wall with bomb. He didn't jump.
Calling the Lancer is incredibly important, and it's one thing that teams are pretty good at doing nowadays. But is if you don't, your team doesn't, calling out the Lancer, and if you don't see Lancer, if Lancer is MIA, you don't make a play until you know. Or your team can make a play. You have one person who's like a designated Lancer watcher. Like, if they're playing A, you keep your B person watching, or vice versa.
They could do A.
What we're seeing from Public Enemies is a really slow play right here, and it didn't work very well for them last round. and it's not really going to do too well for them this time. They do get the bomb plant down for mid, and they pick up Gronky and Frag there. Frag does take a remix in the trade, but these 4 kills are coming down, and the res does come out for them as well. So that's not so good. He's clearing that with the C4. Doesn't hit anyone, but does break some form of utility. You've got to be careful. The ultimate does come down. That will be the Lena going down. Also, 1v4 on Bop. Going to be rough. Yeah, life drain. So does C4. Potential, honestly, but without it. He's just looking for some money, maybe a pick or something. I like this. He's just running. Like, if they want to ape him for the kill, get the round over with, they can, but he's going to try and get something. Almost gets ink, but doesn't quite do it with the help from Kestrel behind him. So, that's unfortunate. I frankly just said it there. They lost the pistols, which really can't happen, especially at this high level of, hey, you guys got weapon advantage over these guys in round 2. There's no way you lose that. Like, you have to be on form. The way people play on pistol rounds is very, very aggressive, or not even necessarily aggressive. It's very much together, right? It's 4 stacking because you're at such a gunplay disadvantage. You have to play together to make up for that and team shoot a lot. So the sort of counter to that is to do the same with your own team. Especially when you have an anvil, you can play retake.
No, I didn't. I was on this
I
thing.
think it was just more unfortunate that the team shots came down and got 2 picks off rather than just one. If it was just 1 pick, you're still in kind of a chance there. But yeah, it was just unfortunate.
Is your sense a secret? He's just jumping.
You see a lot of sticky sensors being used at the moment. We don't actually have one from Seeker from both teams.
He's just baiting.
Trying to bait out some shots there. Again, this is something that you don't see people do that is so important and will really trip up like casual players. Doing that run out and baits out the shots to not only give away your own, but to give away the person's position, or even to like get in a position to kill them if they overextend for additional damage.
Yep. I left. How much is help Luna?
Doesn't seem like they've called Lancer yet, which is pretty important. The reveal does come down. That's unfortunate that it hit him there.
What's it gonna be? He could be in this corner.
They're trying to predict where the Lancer is right now. Just based off movement, she did ult onto B apparently. Nice grenade pick there again. That's the kind of good option you want to use your utility for, is like potential places that you think people might be. That was end up being full killed as well with another piece of utility. Great. Not allowing that revive to come out. Probably destroyed the drone in the same process, which is really, really nice. You see 2 blips on mid right there, and you also have the bomb down. Bounce nade does roll out. Does find the Lena, but it is going to be Bob able to survive. C4 comes over the top. Will land a little bit short. One thing between these guys and casual players, a casual player would have blown up the C4 there. Nice pick with the ultimate, does find ink. The Lena does go down to remix once again. And they're playing a 3v2, 2v2, 1v2 right now actually. And very quickly that turned bad for HAMSTERS, which it really shouldn't have. They just got beamed from both angles there and funneled onto one spot. And that 2-shot was just pretty painful. Double APS again. We see this all the time when bot plays Anvil. That double APS for him is so important.
What was going on?
It was a perfect play, but we just fell over.
That was mechanical misplay. So if you guys watched the Skyfell video from yesterday, the very last round we saw like really great outgun play just mechanically. That was the opposite. That was then HAMSTERS just getting outgunned, outfunneled, and outpositioned there. Just having that cross shot on them and just beamed 3 of them almost instantly.
It's like they know I'm in this corner.
Good sticky sensor coming down there. I like this spot Bop is in. It does rely on your teammate at Waters to be a little bit cautious and like just kind of have your back there. But they are 3 stacking it, so they're feeling pretty confident there. They have numbers there over at B. They've called it, so they're going to move towards it. And they're doing like a 3 back here and 1 mid kind of strat, like 1 luggage looking over mid.
Yeah, he's throwing smoke. That's bound. They're going.
They've got to be careful because this could easily lead to somebody getting flooded at luggage.
You see him.
Bo does reveal some over here at A. Smoke comes out. Remember, they have a sticky sensor actually on that tree up there at the front, so they will be able to see it.
And then the rest of cafe.
This is a good position just to get some beams off, and that's exactly what he needs to do there. By getting 50 damage on, like, say, everybody, he completely stops them being able to do that. Now, this is a really unfortunate smoke. Probably jumped a little bit early. Probably could have baited for him to actually start the plant, and maybe have gotten the kill there. But, hey, if you get off the plan, you get off the plan, right? With 30 seconds left to go, you're still in a 4v4. They're gonna have to play something off of here, right? I hope that Groggy with the Kestrel still has utility and could flood off the safer plan that they may try to go for here.
Yep. He's on big snake with bomb.
No more smoke grenades should be available. I think the Blues 3 that is in total. 1 mid and 2 here over on the site. So
Running up, running
they are
up.
going for the plant. There should be a Kestrel ult coming down. There it is. See, that's exactly what you want to do. Good Kestrels will save that form of utility there. Bomb is on that. They just need to not let them get the bottom. As long as they stop them getting to the bomb and getting the plant down, they're okay. And they do manage to stop it. Good little shots onto the toes there. They're going to kill Ink there as well for another free kill. And the last one is Big Snake. And they will go get that kill too. Nice. Good job there. They're playing... They're out-utilitying them. Is that what? Out-utilitying? Out-utilizing them? Let's go with that. Is what I'm noticing here is Public Enemies wasted all their util for absolutely nothing. Didn't get anything off of it. And HAMSTERS still had all of their util to play off. Particularly that Kestrel ult, which ended up being so valuable. And then they could just stall for time. Bob had a C4 for a really long time. And this is kind of one thing that doing what Bob did and just shooting people for the sake of getting damage. Yeah, it's not a kill. Yeah, he's not overextending for the kill. Yeah, he's making sure he stays alive. But getting that 50 damage, 60 damage, 70 damage on somebody could one lead to a team shot. But also just stops them wanting to do anything for the risk that they may die from it. You saw the padded steps stalker push right into bathrooms there with Bob covering him. The smoke comes down in mid to block off any line of sight, and they look like Delena is going to get flooded there. Delena needs to be able to get a full kill pick here. If in this sort of situation where you're getting flooded, you need to be able to not only get it down, but the full pick, and he does. That's perfect. Bob notices that Lancer hasn't been called for. Now that she has been called for, I think they have seen her. He is being less cautious of the flank. You don't really have to be that cautious of the flank when you know the flanking rogue isn't there.
We can still get flanked though.
Unless she is in the Bob, in which case. Everything's calmed down now, which kind of gives the defending team, especially with the numbers advantage, a little bit more leeway here. They can sit back, they can hold their positions, and again, there's not this heavy over aggression from them. They're not over barreling on their defense, trying to find something. And we're back down at that 30-second mark. And you know, Public Enemies haven't made a move. They tried to make a move and they got down for it. And now they haven't found anything else. Ink has gone mid, and great beam by Bop there. That was a really good angle to get him as he came down there. Bomb goes down, but the full kill on one of the members means that 4v2 is going to be pretty hard for them to defend. This C4 is coming down to check that corner. It's a really good rat spot, and he is just being really cautious of it. Reload. I kind of was looking at his ammo numbers. Good ult from Gronky. You'll notice almost every time Gronky ults, it's a pick. Every single time. And that is the difference between a good Kestrel and a less good Kestrel. Is a good Kestrel will always find those picks and save the ult for either getting a straight pick with it because they're funneled into a corner, or flushing somebody out of cover to then beam them when they're rolling out of that cover. And so either way, it leads to a pick every time, and that's what you're seeing Gronky do a lot here.
We win these 2 more rounds, bro. Like, attack, bro.
And he saves it for so long. You know, he saves it till very late game, either for a clutch situation like the bomb planter, or to force some panic in the final moment. So the bomb gets down to 20 seconds, and you know everything's flying, and things have to be made, plays have to be made in that moment. Just having a Kestrel ult thrown at you is one of the most distracting things. It can throw you off for another 10 seconds. Then you've only got 10 seconds left. Again, so this is that ratty play. Bob did leave, so now Gronky has to be a little bit careful. That reveal is really, really good. When I do my 10 best secret arrow locations, I'll show you exactly what that arrow is and how it was able to get him as well as Delena.
They smoked it. Yo, he's going for plant for mid.
Going for plant right now. Might be able to get collapsed on. See, Bob just spraying through smoke just in case he can find some damage and maybe lead that onto a further kill. 4v4 bomb is down. Gotta be careful now. They're going for like a 1-1-2 split to try and retake this. Remember, they have bomb. Retake, sorry. They've got a good retake potential coming out here. Okay, shooting off middle. Does throw down 2 sticky sensors. Throws a C4. Bob isn't going for the plant defuse straight away, which I like. I like that he's kind of playing a little bit more reserved. That does get a full kill there. Is a 1-for-1 trade now, 1-for-2 trade. And they should be okay. This is potential bomb defuse sort of territory. Does finish off picks in a 3v1 now. Now you just go for the defuse. Just going for the defuse here. As long as his 2 teammates are there to cover him hard. One does go down. They call him to get off the bomb. He's got a defuse, but his teammate loses the 1v1, and he is not going to be able to get that. Unfortunate. Okay, so Bop is saying that he should have fought. I actually think he should have stuck the bomb way back when. I think he could have. I think like the moment you got into that 3v1 situation, you stick that bomb and you hold it, and you trust your teammates to guard you in that situation. it's an either or. Either you fight and never touch the bomb and get the kill, or you just go for the straight defuse. They were in a 3v1, so honestly, I think that the defuse would have been an okay idea. But again, you could do either. You just have to commit to one. They kind of disagreed about which one, and therefore ended up doing half of both, and that led to nothing. Okay, one more round and a half, so they're looking to try and take this 4-3, and we'll see how the rest of this map will play out after that. The 4-3, when you're 3-3 down like this, or 3-3 like equal like this, is really important. It's more morale than anything. Like, in terms of rounds, it's very easy to make up. One round on pistol can make up for it. You hard win that round, you make up the next round as well, because your enemy team is still on pistols, you're in a 5-3, even if you were down, right? So, 5-4, sorry, even if you were down. So, it's not that impactful, other than just, like, mental states. Does throw Evil there just preemptively in case somebody did run up. Potentially the Lancer with her padded steps and silent movement could have got in that position, so did throw the preemptive C4. I don't mind it, potentially a waste. Again, I did speak about how utility was one of their best assets that they were using, and potentially that's not as useful right there. Okay, setting up some positions. Redoing up the armor, and I just gotta be careful. See, Kestrel was kind of wasted that. I don't know if that was Gronky's one or whether that was just a trade of both. But again, utilities kind of be wasted here by everyone. I hear a lot of nades going off, a lot of ults going off that really aren't finding anything. Double smoke comes out, will stop bot being able to find anyone. May just shoot through the smoke nonetheless. They know the common plant locations. They did force him off of the bomb plant. And actually did get that pick, which is really, really good. If they can get the 4 kill, that would be insane. Bob couldn't shield down. Now 5 HP does get downed because of whatever that was. That's really unfortunate. Does have a lifeline res, is able to get it. Do get full flooded out, and in a 2v4 now, this is not looking too good. That came down to Bob being able to get that shield down. He knew he was being flooded. He tried to put it on the shield in an angle that would have protected him. It wouldn't work. That's really unfortunate. So they are 4-3 down right now going into Vice. Frank actually just said exactly what I said, where let's win pistol round, then we go 5-4. Because you'll probably win pistol round, then inevitably win the next round as well.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
So the bug is apparently you can't shield when there's a smoke up. You can't shield in the smoke. That's really dumb. You absolutely should be able to shield in the smoke, so bug, you know. Line up, went for the Saint of the Anvil. Of course, you don't need the Anvil so much on the attack. It actually does work on this map. It is kind of interesting to see. But we're seeing the actual double res come out from them. So not opting for what maybe usually would have been some sort of flex pick like a shark. They're deciding double res is what they want here. Potentially that'll come in good for them. That does give Delena on Dahlia the option to therefore link to Kestrel for excess money at the first few rounds, which is really good. Then later on, he can either choose to link to the Saint for just a better revive mesh between the two revivers, or linking to the Seeker for the Super Nade, as it's commonly referred to.
They're not linked to anybody yet.
So it's exactly how to do it. I imagine Bot will go Mamba as well. Again, these are two rogues that we've seen him play a fair amount throughout this series. And remember, they are 2-1 up in the series. So if they win this map, they actually win the entire thing.
I can smoke out mid.
Okay, choosing to go for the smoke. Again, more decisive push going on. Gronky is able to actually land the bomb down. But remember, they're okay with letting that happen because they have the anvil shield. So now it's down to see how HAMSTERS play around that anvil shield. They definitely need to play up and not let that shield come down. If they get pick onto the anvil, that's really good for them.
I hear him back to Delena. I hear one roll to you bot maybe.
Yep, one flank. Anvil flank.
That is huge from Bop. That is absolutely insane. That, I mean, the revive will come out, and I guess that's kind of why the Dahlia is linked to it. Now it's all about the comms and the calls. Bop, 96, almost able to get that kill. Gronky does find the kill on one, then for another on 2. The Anvil's still alive, but in this sort of like 3v2, it's kind of iffy. Everyone's gonna just play for money here, and that'll be a round win for HAMSTERS, taking it 4-4, evening up. That was a really good pick onto Anvil. Now, I was questioning why the Dahlia on Public Enemy is linked to the Anvil. There's only one reason into No Flash, is you're doing it for the fact to keep him alive. He's your retaker. He's really important. You want to keep him alive. Personally, in pistol round, retake isn't that vital. Like, you're kind of playing for the kills, or like it just isn't the same. Retake isn't the same on the pistol round, and so I honestly would have linked to the Kestrel, played for a down, played for a bit more money, got that lifeline really early, which he won't have now, and then just gone from there. Honestly, that personally would have been my preference, and then later on link to the Anvil once you have lifeline to ensure you keep him alive. Because realistically, what's going to happen is if he goes for the shield and gets beamed and can't get the shield down, he's going to get thirsted in the 5 seconds it takes to the revive. Hopefully they get good cover here. Bounce blade does come out. Great survival there. That sort of stuff's really important. This survival on that sort of util is one really badly done by public enemies to not be able to hit that util. Like, that util should come down earlier. Is popping it down. Now with that smoke, the shield is probably up now. They got to be careful here. Do throw a C4. Nice double with the C4 there. That was really big. They're now flying at this, which is exactly what they should do. They do manage to get that kill, get a revive coming out. Got to be careful. This actually could be pretty bad. The lane is in a bad spot right now. He's actually going to get flooded down. And somehow that goes poorly for them. After a double C4, I guess potentially pushing through the smoke would have been their issue. But that was a little bit iffy there. That was a little bit iffy. I think it's something I'm noticing with Q Hamsters is they just overwent for it. They just were like, hey, we got it. And then focus more on the W key than necessarily the positioning while W keying, if that makes sense. So instead of like really sending people around the back and just sort of like pausing for half a second, they ran a little bit headstrong, I'd say. And actually, I noticed this, and I noticed this between two teams I was casting the other day. Is I said they were both really aggressive, right? But one team was a 10 out of 10 aggressive, and one team was a 9 out of 10 aggressive. And the 9 out of 10 aggressive team were winning more often because they have very high levels of aggression, but they took that just millisecond to stop and think about exactly how that aggression was going to play out, and that led to them winning more fights, even though they were, in theory, less aggressive. I guess it's a smart aggressive thing, and this is just something, again, I noticed this a few times with Q Hamsters, is they just over-push these sort of things every once in a while. The shield went down really early. I love that comment to break the shield. This is things people do not think about enough. Just break that shield. Get that shield down. If you want to go for this play, you break that shield.
Somebody smoked that right side middle.
I'm gonna just camp street. Listen, I'm gonna just camp street.
Okay, now we're seeing a slower kind of Q Hamsters play style here. You know, this is more like what we're seeing on public enemies in terms of waiting for angles, waiting for either a misplay or an opportunity, or waiting for this sort of information. That information on Ink is really good.
Anvil's on cop 3.
I can plan for middle for A side. They use shield.
Yep.
They're waiting to figure out exactly what they want to do.
Switch with me then. It's speakers, right?
Yo, we have to bully this so I can play for middle.
Okay.
Speakers, right?
They're just organizing the play. I like this organization. They're constantly talking about exactly what they want to do with the information they've gathered. The smoke does come down, does hit him down a little bit. Ink does run up. They have to fly on Ink. Ink has to die here. Ink does die here, but they get beamed in the back. The Kestrel does find 2. That is a okay trade. It's 2 for 3. They then find that, make it even up as a 2v2. They need to full kill that to stop the Dali Link. They do. They've got the bomb. This would be a grab bomb, rotate A sort of play. They do grab it. They are rotating. They need to stick this behind cover. And he needs to cover him. There's absolutely Frag needs to cover him. And even the pre-fire, there's no one there, but the pre-fire is enough to help protect him. No Dali's Link for either. No Kestrel available. Probably no nades for either team. And a good line of sight there for Q Hamsters onto the bomb. Frag is choosing to run all the way to Cafe. They're baiting out the plant. They gotta be careful. They gotta be careful. Wow. The then gets beamed through there. Frag now 26 HP is kind of down bad. If he makes a play here, that'll be huge. Unfortunately, does get the trade. That was an issue. That was an issue.
There's not much you can do.
That's the fact they had a smoke. That was really big for them. I'm trying to think. It must just have been a spare smoke that they have. The defuse comes out. The revive will come out. Cash flow is important, of course. In terms of honestly, what I think went wrong there, and they kind of mentioned it in the comms just then. Delena ran into the smoke instead of crouched into the smoke. I don't think it's that massive an issue. But it did kind of maybe give away his position potentially. Again, it's not one of those massive things, but he absolutely got beamed through that smoke. Like that was rough. To get beamed through the smoke that hard is always rough. Okay, they're trying to adjust their plays here, exactly what they want to do. They're 4-6 down right now. In again, what is map 4? It is 2-1 in the map count right now. So again, if they win this, they go on to win the entire thing. which means we run out of map.
He saw us. He called it out too.
Okay.
Throw the smoke, bro.
Until the next grand final.
You see for me? It's close. Anvil.
Bow comes out, doesn't hit anybody. Gotta be careful here.
He's still here.
Also, comment on the Lancer on the other side, by the way. The Lancer
I'm
did
holding B Street.
arguably nothing. Like, the pressure from the Lancer was almost
Nice.
non-existent.
Oh my God.
Nice double picks coming out there from Gronky and Frag together. That's really, really good.
Oh my God.
D4 falls really short. Yeah, it doesn't blow up again. It might come and use later. There's no point blowing it up now. Does get smoked out. Does come to pick it back up. Good job. And now they're just barreling for a mid plant.
Middle and A Street, everything.
They've been revealed and bounced. They've got to be really careful here. They're going to set positions, but I feel like they're not exactly where they want to be.
Yes.
Okay, now they're just setting up as best they can.
It's secret to shield it out. You gotta go all the way around if you wanna start going. I just heard him.
In spawn?
Okay, Frag called out one in spawn, and they actually play for that. Corrupt does go down to a, so Delane goes down to a nade, but they will revive that. Nice beam from Bob there to find those. Frag to get the kill up on Ink there on the flank as well, and Bob just has them lasered down here. He's got good angles on all of them. They all know where they are. They can split up and pincer this, or just hold the angles for Bomb. With Bomb maybe having about 20 seconds left on the clock, and no anvil pressure in a 2v4. They're not looking too bad right now, and they do find there's that one right there. And will they find the last? Most likely. 3v1 without Kestrel roll, not going to be able to do too much here. Runs away from Bomb so he doesn't blow up. And that will be the round win for them. 5-6 is the round count. I like the way they played it. And again, this is something that the HAMSTERS do better than anybody is the moment that they hear somebody off on the flank or isolated for a 1v1. They go for it and they're aggressive and they win it. And that's the big separation between, I guess, like good teams and then these great teams is the decisiveness to play for that 1v1 and be confident to win it, right? Like when someone's flanking you and you hear them, you're then the flanker almost. You have the advantage. So if you lose it, it's on you. It's only when you don't hear the flanker that you're just like, okay, I'm down bad.
Because you know they're gonna play map control, like they're gonna wrap middle.
Oh, he did come up close. Does throw a nade, but they do get that kill. That's another thing. They get those kills. They don't not let them live. Don't not let them live. They make sure they die, and in that case, they even use Kestrel just to double make sure it happened.
Whatever, yeah, I got you.
You don't want that revive coming out for any reason.
Nice C4 from mid.
They've jumped over to bathrooms. Nice beam. I don't know why he ran through the smoke there. That was kind of unfortunate. And now they're in 4v2, looking to equalize the round 6-6. This has a lot of been misplays by public enemies, but particularly Ink in terms of trying to flank the round before now as Anvil when your whole thing is trying to get on site with the bomb, with the shield. Bob needs to figure out his C4s. And it is a 3v1. Revive potentially going to come out again. Seeker does buy Lifeline pretty early on. Currently in meta, so I wouldn't be surprised if he does get them up. He's just trying to beam through the smoke. Bob does find him with the C4, finds the last. Nice little play there to equalize around 6-6.
What are the odds he had a smoke? Where it's like, oh my god.
You see also the importance of smoke grenades. Like Bob got double smoke really early. You can tell the Dali on the other team's got double smoke. Like they prioritize these smokes a lot, and it makes a lot of sense. Smokes are really valuable, even on the defense. Smokes can be valuable when you're going for this anvil retake or any form of retake. You're then kind of on the aggressive, so having smokes does help a lot. And it's such a big part of why these guys are able to move these ways. Also, you're also seeing the power of the Mamba here, by the way. Bob is obviously really good with it. But, like, the Mamba can absolutely slap. Doing 6-9 damage to the head is really, really good. Looking for that little gap where you can just see under it to see if anyone's pushing forward like that again. Going for the smoke down the back. We'll get it, and now they're going to be looking to push it aggressively onto the site. Frag does go down to that bounce nade. Classic bounce nade meta. I know a lot of people are very unhappy with it. Does get the revive off.
I'm not holding mid.
Doesn't have Saint Drone, but they're alive, right? Worth. Sometimes I do wonder whether these teams overuse the revive, whether it be Dale Link or the Saint Drone, instead of just thinking about maybe if I can get a hand res here. Not saying that was necessarily the occasion for it, but I do think it comes out as a first instinct rather than the right choice necessarily. As Remix does pop the ult, but will definitely go down here. Gronk does trade a kill, but they are 3v1 now. They got to make sure that guy dies. They do beam him a little bit. Life Drain able to keep him just a little bit alive. Good. Just initial res there, and they do find that. Going one round up. 7-6 is the round count. They do not want to take the 7-7. They win this next round. They win the 10K.
3P on you.
You notice there, he's got every single perk. He's optimizing the perks. Didn't bother with the weapon upgrades. You don't necessarily need them on the Mamba, nor many other guns. Unless you're having massively excess money, you don't really need it.
I can bow out B and I'm going to A side after I bow it out. Bob, go smoke top street.
Okay.
As for the double res that they've gone for here, it's actually worked pretty well for them. I like the way they've done it. I think the reses have come out. It's not necessarily something crazy, but in this bounce name meta or just this grenade meta, it is kind of important to get as many like revives off as possible because so many nades come out as possible. And nades are always picks that are pretty hard to thirst unless you follow up with a second nade, right? Will this go down to the wire? We will see.
Okay.
Do we have another smoke delay, right?
No, I used it for backside.
I can smoke it. I can smoke it.
Let me know in the comments, how many of you guys are rewatching these games? So you watched it live and now you're rewatching them because of the breakdown. That would interest me. Smoke comes down. Now they have to make a play. Both smokes are down, which means their playmaking potential is kind of like up and at them now, so they have to go for it. Gronky does go down. Bounce nade doesn't find them. That was a good time for the drone, by the way. I think that one works.
Okay.
Throws the bomb down. They're looking to push B Street here. They got to be able to move forward here.
Nice sight.
The shield is down. That's actually really good for them. This is like potential to push all the way through the spawn and go away. Bob's asking for a really aggressive play. He says push down the stairs, all ready to shoot. And I honestly agree with that. I think if they could just push down there and get to A. Gronky is running to A. He does find a pick for it though, which is good enough. It is 3v1 right now. They're getting hyped. They know the win is a kill away, and now 4-man aping this one person. And they do find it, and that is the round win. I love the adaptability to say, yo, let's go to A. I think that's absolutely the right call. Yes, they didn't necessarily do it, but it was the play they wanted to make, and I like that. Obviously, these guys, absolutely insane players, won another 10K together, so you know they're slaying out where they need to. But hopefully this breakdown helped you understand a little bit about the reasons why they did end up winning, but also the reasons why they lost 6 rounds, which is, you know, like, there's 6 rounds you don't want to be losing. You don't need to lose those 6 rounds. I think they could have probably won this 8-3, and there were 3 rounds where they just misplayed it in a way that they could build upon, and hopefully my breakdowns helped you, and maybe even them just sort of look at it from a different perspective. Okay then guys, that takes us to the end of the video, and if you did enjoy, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel. You can also come follow me on twitch.tv/RADTHARGAMING, see live gameplay commentaries, guides, Q&As, and playing with viewers. All the links you're gonna need are down in the description below, but for now, I hope you have a fantastic day. And remember, be loyal, be brave, be relentless. And I'll catch you in the next video.